This is review for your polynomial functions quiz. First question, what are the apparent solutions for the following graph? So if we look at the graph and we talk about apparent solutions, we're simply looking for where the graph crosses the x-axis. So this is 1, 2, 3. That would be a solution. X equals 3. And -1, -2 would be a solution. Now, if I ask you for the factors of this particular equation, remember, I take these and I set them equal to 0. So x minus 3 would be a factor. X plus 2 would be a factor. This crosses it, so it has a multiplicity of 1. This solution sits on the x-axis, so that has a multiplicity of 2. Don't forget about your multiplicities when they sit either above or below your x-axis. A polynomial function has zeros at -7 and 5. Which is one of the factors of the polynomials? Well, remember, x equals -7, x equals 5. We bring everything over and we set it equal to 0 in order to get a factor. So x plus 7 equals 0 is a factor. And x minus 5 is a factor. So the only one that I see here is B. Which is a root of f of x equals 0 if f of x is this. So root 0, solution, and x-intercept all mean the same thing. So you could plug this into your calculator and see where it crosses the x-axis, or you can simply set each one of these individually equal to 0 and solve. So I would subtract 6 from both sides, so x equals -6, x minus 10 equals 0. I add 10 to both sides, and I get x is equal to +10. So -6 is the only one there. What is the domain and range of the following graph? How does my graph move left and right? For my domain, it's going to be all real numbers. And for my range, how does it move up and down? Again, all real numbers. Two factors of a polynomial are x plus 9 and x minus 5. What would be a 0? Remember, 0 is the same thing as a root, a solution, or an x-intercept. Set each one of these equal to 0 and solve for your variable. So I would subtract 9 from both sides, so x equals -9. I would add 5 to both sides, and I would get x is equal to a +5. So the solution here, that would be my answer, is D. Which of the following equals x squared when factored completely? Don't want to worry about it. We just want to factor this. There's no GCF, so I'm going to put 2 sets of parentheses. The signs right here are going to be different. So that means we're going to have 1 plus, 1 minus. The only factors of x squared are x and x. So we're going to ask, what can I multiply to get 6? That when I subtract, look at my sign, that when I subtract, I get a +1. Well, my factors of 6 are 3 and 2. 3 has to be positive, 2 has to be negative. So the 2 is going to go here, 3 is going to go here. What is the completely factored form of 64y cubed minus 27? Perfect cubes, perfect cubes. You take the cube root of 64, that's 4y. Keep the same sign, cube root of 27 is 3. Now remember, we square this. So 4y times 4y is 16y squared. I change my sign to a plus. I multiply what's in this first parentheses together. So that's going to give me 12y. Second sign's always plus. I square 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So that's my factored form. The zeros are the same things as the roots. solutions, and x-intercepts. So when I look at these two, which could be the function that gives me these? So remember I say x is equal to -13, so I add 13 to both sides. So I have x plus 13 equals 0. X equals 7, I subtract 7 from both sides. So x minus 7 equals 0. So I'm looking for a positive 13 and a negative 7. So that would be my function. Which of the following equals this when factored completely? Right? So is there anything I can take out of all of those terms? I can take a 4 out of this and this, but I can't take a 4 out of that. So let's try a 2. If I take out a 2, I have 2x squared minus 17x minus 30. The only one that has a 2 is that one, so I'm going to try that. Signs will be plus and minus. 2 times 30 is 60. What can I multiply to get 60? That when I subtract, I get a negative 17. Okay, so when I bring that out and I actually factor it, let's use our AC method on that one so that we can actually see the factoring taking place. All right, I'm going to bring down my 2x squared. I'm going to bring down my minus 30. What can I multiply to get 60? That when I subtract, I get that 17, and it needs to be a negative 17. So that's going to be 3 times 20 is going to give me 60. And to get a negative 17, I'm going to do a negative 20 and a positive 3. So minus 20x plus 3x. Then I group the first two items together and the last two items together. Continue to bring down my 2. What can I take out of this? I can take out a 2x. And I'm left with x minus 10. I can take out a 3 here, and I'm left with x minus 10. So my factors are going to be x minus 10 and 2x plus 3. That's my answer right there. What's the domain? It starts here, so that's at x equals 0. So x is going to be greater than or equal to 0. What's my range? My range look like it starts about at 4, so it's going to go up from there. So y is greater than or equal to 4. Remember, domain is x value, range is y value. What's the following is a 0 of the function? All I want is the root, the solution, or the x-intercept. They all mean the same thing, so I need to factor it. So I'm going to put 2 sets of parentheses. Both signs will be the same. They'll both be plus. X squared can be broken down to x times x. What can I multiply to get 3 that when I add, I get 4? 1 and 3. Those are my factors. Set each of my factors equal to 0. Solve for my variable. So I get x is equal to negative 1. Subtract 3. Or x is equal to negative 3. That's the only one that's there. For this one, completely factored form, my GCF is a 2, so I'm left with x squared minus 16. Look at this one. Perfect square, perfect square. I can break this into 2 parentheses. One's plus, one's minus. Square root of x squared is x and x. Square root of 16 is 4 and 4. Just factored it. You've got a picture of a polynomial function. What would be the apparent solutions? That would be here and here. So that would be at negative 2 and positive 2. Give a statement that correctly describes the graph of this and how it translates from the parent graph. all we have to do is look at what's inside. It moves in the opposite direction. So it moves, this is plus, so it's going to move in the opposite. So it's going to move left. Sorry, I can't spell. It's going to move left 4. And this tells us how it moves up and down, and it's going to move in the same direction as the sign. So this is going to move down 5. So left 4, down 5. Opposite direction for X, same direction for Y. What type of graph is this? What graph looks like a V? An absolute value graph. Can't forget what we just talked about a couple of sections ago. So that's an absolute value graph that looks like a V. Remember, f of x is equal to absolute value of x. We can talk about how it's translated. It's moved to the left 2 and up 1. So that would give us an equation, if I had to write my equation, of x minus 2, because it went to the right, opposite direction inside, outside, same direction as your sign. Identify a 0. Again, a 0 is a root, a solution, an x-intercept. Keep going. Something that has a multiplicity greater than 1. So that's written one time. That has a multiplicity of 1. That's written with an exponent. So that's a 1. That's a multiplicity of 1. This has a multiplicity that's greater than 1. So this is the root that has a multiplicity greater than 1. Set it equal to 0. Solve for your variable. So x equals -7 is a root that has a multiplicity greater than 1. If I'm given these 4 solutions, I want to write the equation. So we're going to go from x equals -1, x equals 0, x equals 2, and x equals 4 to my factors of x plus 1. I'm going to bring this one out in front. That's just going to be an x. This is going to be x minus 2, and this is going to be x minus 4 equals 0. If I multiply using my FOIL method here, I end up with x squared minus x minus 2. I'm going to take this x and I'm going to multiply it times that. So that's going to give me x squared minus 4x. And then when I use my FOIL method on those, or my distributive, x squared times x squared is x to the 4th. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times -2 is -2x squared. -4x times that gives me -4x cubed. -4 times -x is a positive 4x squared. -4x times -2 is a positive 8x. Then all I have to do is combine my like terms. I don't have anything I can combine with this. I can combine a -x cubed and a -4x cubed. Gives me -5x cubed. And I can combine -2x squared and a positive 4x squared to a positive 2x squared and bring down my plus 8x. If I graph this in my calculator or graph it on Desmos, I will get these 4 answers back. So go ahead and check it before you turn in your quiz. That's it. So good luck on your quiz. Have an awesome weekend.